if you're going to buy a big gate for a big open area like this, which you might need for driving a pickup through or something like that, be sure to get it with this type of fencing like already attached, because this is actually cheaper than the pipe gates that you're going to see in a minute, and it's also much better because the regular pipe gates don't work, and I'll show you that in just a second over there. So this is the type of a gate that was here when we moved here, because it was a horse farm before, and this is great for keeping horses in, but it does nothing for keeping in goats, because like you can see the space here is big enough that goats can go through, and there was also a lot of space at the bottom, so we had to put in this 2x10 so that the goats, some of the goats didn't just walk right underneath it. So we added woven wire on here, and then you can also see we got some chicken wire on here too, because the woven wire was too big for the smallest goats. This is the electro net that I was talking about earlier that you can move. It's temporary fencing, you can move it from place to place, and the verticals are not hot. This is plastic. Yeah, it's just to support them. Electronet is the name of the product.
Okay.
Some people think that's a generic term, but Electronet is for sheep and goats, and the poultry netting has, the verticals are twice as close together, because chickens can just walk right through this. So they've got a bunch of different kinds of fencing. You know, like there's the sheep and goat, there's poultry, there's pig, there's cattle, there's horse. They're all legitimately for the animal they say they're for. This does not work for chickens because they can just walk right through it because they're big enough to fit between there. And their feathers insulate them from getting shocked. So the poultry netting, there's verticals, and it's got strings instead of struts, and so it sags more. Which is why, one reason I don't like to use it with goats. The other thing is, I've heard some stories of kids getting tangled in the poultry netting because they get in it and then they freak and they start to fight and they get tangled up, and that's not a good situation. So this is much better. Kids, small Nigerian kids can go through here. So if you have this and your kids are not dam raised, because this is usually only a problem with kids that are bottle fed because they think you're mommy. So you put them in there and like you're out here and they're like, but mommy! And then they want to come right through to get to you. And so you just have to be prepared for that and know, and like stay here and not let them get through. So that if they start to go through, like you're right here, and then hopefully they get shocked, because then they realize, and then they jump back. If they are coming through, they will get shocked, but then they're on the outside. And once they do it successfully once, they are going to do it over and over and over again. So it becomes much harder if they get through once. Typically, if they get shocked once or twice and they jump back, that's it. They know they're going to stay away from it. So this is the woven wire behind it. And this works great with Nigerians and smaller goats. The only problem with this for bigger goats is that a lot of them will try to put their feet up on top and then they'll make it sag. So that's why there's a single strand of electric on the top.
Okay.
And that was because we used to have La Manchas, which are big goats. And so you have the single strand of electric on top so that if they touch that, they get shocked and then they tend to stay away from it. For some, you might also need to put a single strand of electric on the inside down low to keep them from getting too close to the fence to start with. But that's more of a problem with big goats. Now, I really feel like goats get a bad rap when it comes to fencing, because I've seen some people say goats are the hardest animals to keep fenced in. That is not true. Any animal is hard to keep fenced in if you're using the wrong kind of fencing. Woven wire is what we have around here for all of our permanent fencing for the goats, but this does not work with pigs, because pigs will just stick their nose under the bottom wire, lift it up, and just leave. Like, it's not even a suggestion to them, you know? Like,
Yeah, we did the woven wire, but I think ours is just a little closer together.
yeah, you can get, there's specific woven wire that says it's called goat fencing, it is closer together. Yeah, when we put this up, either they weren't making it yet or we weren't aware of it yet, because this fence is actually getting pretty old.
We did ours a little bit taller. It's the 5-foot section is what we did.
Yeah, which is good. Taller is always better.